The NBA season has come down to this. This is it. For all the marbles, Game 7 of the NBA Finals. We are at Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Tonight, it's the LA Lakers taking on the Miami Heat. Along with Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Lakers coming in. They know what's at stake. This is it. One game to decide the NBA Finals.
Well, here we are. This is what you dream about. A Game 7. A one-game series for the NBA championship. This has been one heck of a thrilling ride so far. I'm just so grateful to be here courtside to watch this happen in front of my own eyes. This has really been a dream come true.
Shot from the lane won't go.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Flushes it home.
Oh, that's a great way to make an opening statement. It's about the team that's able to punch the other team in the mouth first. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the road team.
James to Davis. Driving right to the basket. James to Caldwell Pope. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. Here's Davis. Not that time.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried. Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Not that time. Caldwell Pope sizing up Butler to Davis. Short jumper won't go down. The follow won't go either.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs wondering where the foul was every time.
Nothing going here on that drive. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Notch down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Caldwell Pope to James. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. LeBron James missed his first. That one goes.
Just remember an old saying here. You're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in. So it's time to get going.
To Dragic. LeBron into the front court. Down a point. Caldwell Pope. Davis. 5 to shoot for Los Angeles. And 2 for AD.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Butler to Dragic. Butler for 2. Not that time.
That's how you do it. You stay in his pocket and you never give him any space at all. You make him smell you.
Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between two players. We call that an eyesight contract because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
When the ball was in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
LeBron James with the rock. JaVale McGee to Caldwell Pope. Surveys the floor. Rebound comes to Miami. Dragic into the front court. Down by 1. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Dragic to Butler. Jimmy Butler, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
James into the front court. They trail by 1. Getting dirty. Loose ball on the deck. Look at the fight for that ball. We'll get a jump. Time to shuffle things up. Now it's been scrappy. Let's see who can take the jump. To James. Kuzma. LeBron James matched up with Jimmy Butler. Short jumper off the mark. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Dragic with it. Looking to make something happen to Butler. To Dragic. And 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Caldwell Pope to James. McGee powers it through.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
To Butler. Dragic to Butler. And the rebound taken down by the Lakers. To Danny Green. JaVale McGee to Kyle Kuzma. Goes to the left side. Caldwell Pope to James. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Nothing going here on that drive. Jimmy Butler for 2. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Miami's got it. Dragic to Butler. Dragic. Trying to cash in. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. Across the timeline comes James. His team up by 1. Here comes the screen. James, guarded by Jimmy Butler. Deep right corner. Kyle Kuzma buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
To Dragic. Count it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
The Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. James to Danny Green. Anthony Davis. 3 for 6 now. AD, is he a new age big?
Easy answer is yes. He is Mr. Versatility. He can do everything on both the offensive and the defensive end. He can fight the post, battle for position. He can protect the rim. Plus, if you switch, he can guard guards on the perimeter. That's what you love about AD. You need something, he has an answer for it.
Slam dunk.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Caldwell Pope to Danny Green. From the painted area, won't go down. To Butler. Has a look. Knocks it down off the step back.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
LeBron James matched up with Jimmy Butler. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
LeBron James has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 73%. And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Five on the shot clock. 4-3. Off the iron. No good. To James. LeBron James. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Lakers ball. James. To Davis. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Anthony Davis at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 79% at the line. First free throw is good. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot clock winding down. And he knocks it down. Jay, as a move as you'll find in the NBA.
And it is the new age triple threat. It does two things. Number one, it creates distance in a hurry. Number two, when you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is the difference maker, it throws a defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just may be, Jay, the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move, or if you look at the rim, you'll most time have the defender jumping out of his shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. Pass stolen by Miami. Kyle Kuzma has the basketball. Won't go. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Five to shoot for Miami. Here's a chance from long range. Tough shot. He hits.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Rondo with the basketball. Shot clock off as they look to break the tie. No good. Defense catching a break there. Deep three at the buzzer. First quarter's complete. This game is all tied up. A good start to this one. All tied up as we start the second. Dragic with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Iguodala guarded by Howard. And the Lakers with the rebound. Los Angeles, they have it. Rondo against the KG veteran Iguodala. No.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Dragic. Iguodala up against the eight-time All-Star. He throws it down.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Here's Rondo with it. Minute gone by. We've got a 2-point game in this second quarter. Kuzma. Has a chance. Jumper's good.
He buckled these so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Can't convert the free throw. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some changes. Dragic. Trying to cash in. Goran Dragic. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
They get it to Kuzma, down low. Shot from the lane, won't go. It's the Heat with the possession. Dragic. clock for the Heat down to 3. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Changes coming from both sides right now. To Howard. Anthony Davis. 4 out of 7.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Butler. To Dragic. Here comes the screen. Dragic, guarded by Howard. 5 to shoot for Miami. Fires the 3. He was all over him. Anthony Davis, tough matchup against Butler. Jimmy Butler, huge block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Davis. Nothing going here on that drive. Not done yet. And the Butler. Miami with the basketball. To Butler. Dragic. Nothing going here on that drive. Dwight Howard sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. No go to Butler, down low. Old school, backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Rondo into the front court, trailing by 4. Here comes the screen. Rondo matched up with Jimmy Butler. To Davis. Bam Adebayo pins it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
He'd have the basketball. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Davis. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about. That simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Dragic. To Butler. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Davis there to grab the rebound. To Howard. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Dragic into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Screen coming. Curling inside. Dragic. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
When it's a tight game, those missed opportunities on the road make it tough.
They go down to Davis. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Anthony Davis, a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2. Butler into the front court. Down 2. Here comes the screen. Butler. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
To Howard. Can't connect from inside. Butler. Has a look. Butler with a shot, no good. And that's going to get out of bounds. Off a Laker. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. It's the Heat with the possession. They'll go to Butler, down low. It's a big finish.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
And he's fouled. Davis going to the line for 2.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Nope, first one does not go. Missed the second as well. To Butler. No, great defense there, forcing the pickup to Butler. Well defended, shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. It goes down. Butler. Nice pass to set things up.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Lakers at the controls right now. Here comes the screen. Caldwell Pope to Howard. Can't connect from in close. To Butler. Down to 5 on the 24. And Jimmy Butler.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. And he connects on the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Los Angeles has the basketball. Down low for Davis. Scores from the post.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Butler to bring it up. His team up by 1. Slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Davis. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores. Butler into the front court. Leads just a point. Here comes the screen. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Butler. Has a chance. Count the basket. He's feeling good. Defense has to get him out of his comfort zone.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
Able to convert inside. Butler to bring it up. Leads one. Dwight Howard able to recover with the block. Lakers ball.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Goes to the left side. Danny Green. They'll get it down to Davis. Crowder guarded by Howard. To Butler. Trying to cash in. The shot by Butler. No. Has a look. Adebayo the rebound. Long key from three-quarters court. We are at halftime in Game 7. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Heat have the lead, but not by much. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Miami Heat. The Lakers are still very much in this matchup. And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
Butler most definitely deserves to be player of the half for the way he distributed the ball. It was an excellent display of court vision and solid passing.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Dragic with it. He'll run the offense. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. Butler. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Caldwell Pope sizing up Butler. And the finish. Slam dunk.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Miami's got it. Butler. Can't connect. Into the front court comes Rondo. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Caldwell Pope to Davis. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. Butler into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. Screen coming. Butler. Anthony Davis. Tips it. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Caldwell Pope. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Butler. Has a chance. Butler can't get his shot to fall. Caldwell Pope. Shot from the lane won't go.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chipping.
To Davis. Down low for Kuzma. Bam Adebayo. Snatching it out of the air. Out of bounds, last touch by the Heat. And good work defensively as the pass is taken away.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Dragic with the basketball. His guys now down by a point. Here comes the screen. Butler for 2. Wide open look, won't go.
Wait, I'm sorry. You get paid how much money to miss shots like that? That can't happen.
Rondo with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Davis. Great pass to set it up. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Looking good. 4 for 5.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Butler. To Dragic. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Jimmy Butler for 2. Not that time.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Caldwell Pope. It's the Heat with the possession. Butler. Here comes the screen. To Butler. Won't go. Here's Rondo with it. Up by 3. To Danny Green. To Dragic. To Butler. Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Jimmy Butler at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. And he's got the free throw as well. Los Angeles, they have it. JaVale McGee to James, to Davis, down low. Nothing going here on that drive. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Butler to bring it up. Our score all even in this third quarter. To Dragic. Butler to Dragic. Lets it fly from long range. He engulfed him that time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Butler into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Nothing going here on that drive. To Butler. Gets it in the left corner. For 3, if he's hitting shots, it could be a long night.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
To Butler.
Defense, let's go.
Dragic to Butler. Nice pass to get things going.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
James, they go down to Davis. Almost unlucky bounce. Dragic to Butler. LeBron James with a piece.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Five to shoot for Miami. Trying to cash in, and he buries it.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot in.
To Caldwell Pope. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. He's now 5 for 6.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Down low Crowder. Cruises inside for 2.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
To Caldwell Pope. No, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Count the basket inside.
In the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
And Jimmy Butler. And the rebound taken in by Davis. Smith into the front court. His guys down 3. To Davis. Scores from the post.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Butler for 2. And it's Davis for the rebound. Davis, great feed. Rises for the slam.
If you didn't dunk that, then we will have to talk about it.
Miami with the basketball. Butler. Deep left corner. Here comes the screen. Butler. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Butler. Missed a wide-open look. Into the front court comes Smith. Tie game, third quarter. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Butler. And the basket good at the rim. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball.
To Butler. And he hits.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Pass stolen by Miami.
Neck and neck, they couldn't get anything on that possession. Let's see if we can get a bucket in transition.
To Butler. Screen coming. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Shot clock violation. To Davis. Superman Dwight Howard. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Davis. No good. No daylight. Great defense. 3 quarters down, and we have a tie ball game. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the 4th quarter. And this game's been everything we could have hoped for. All tied up after 3.
This is what happens when you have winners on both sides. People who are not willing to give up and will continue to scrape and claw to get themselves in a position to win this ball game.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First one goes down. And he makes them both. He'd have the basketball. Dragic. To Butler. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Knocks down the first.
Oh yeah, we're coming right back to you.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Rondo into the front court. All even here in the 4th. Short jumper off the mark. Dragic into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Butler. Here comes the screen. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Butler. Shot clock for the Heat, down to 3. Fires the 3, and he buries it. Jay, the system produces once again.
They absolutely needed that. Great job by the offense to be poised and create a shot to pull ahead.
Oh, with the foul, and a chance coming up at the line.
All right, that was a little bit of a gamble there, but not a terrible move sending him to the free throw line.
Rajon Rondo, he's got 2 shots coming. He wants this number up, 60% career free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. It's the Heat with the possession. Butler. From the outside, no good.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Finish that. Butler to bring it up. Leads just a point. To Dragic. Nothing going here on that drive. The drive right to the basket. Goran Dragic. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Look at that. Calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
To Marcus Morris. They get it to Kuzma, down low. The shot clock expires. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Butler to Dragic. Goes to the left side. Butler. Rondo clears the rebound. JaVale McGee. You've got to get that one to go. Butler into the front court. Up by 3. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. To Davis. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Dragic. The pass taken away by the Lakers. Right down Broadway. 4-2.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Dragic with it. His guys now trailing by a point. Butler. Here comes the screen. Jimmy Butler for 2. Off the mark. To Davis. Shot from the lane won't go. Butler to bring it up. His guys now down by a point. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Lakers at the controls right now. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Not giving up on that play. The result, a tie-up. Looks like the teams are making substitutions. Dragic with the basketball. Leads 1. To Butler. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Jimmy Butler trying to cash in on the three-point play, shooting 80% in this contest. Off the mark on his free throw. Into the front court comes Rondo. They're down 3. Down low for Davis. From the painted area, won't go down. Miami's got it to Butler. Takes stock of the floor. Here comes the screen. Butler gets it in the left corner. Dragic wide open, knocks it down.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
To Davis. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
This is not the time to have a mental lapse.
Dragic into the front court. Leads 4. Here comes the screen. From long range, not getting the bounce. Kuzma matched up with Jimmy Butler. And he's fouled. Davis going to the line for 2.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First free throw is good. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Butler into the front court. Leads 3. Has a look. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Caldwell Pope. They'll get it down to Davis. Around the perimeter to Kyle Kuzma. To Davis, down low. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
To Butler. Here comes the screen. And the rebound gathered in by Davis. Caldwell Pope to Davis. Kuzma. They go down to Davis. Scores from the post. To Butler. Gets a shot up off the mark. Davis to Kyle Kuzma. Knock loose. Davis. Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Davis to Kyle Kuzma. Knock loose. That approach, that's what you want to see. Nice save. To Kyle Kuzma. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. Knock loose. Kyle Kuzma. Man, that was a tough shot.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that 3 despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Danny Green, down low for Davis. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim. Now the Heat going to use a timeout. That's their first. Leaves them with one remaining the rest of the way.
And I've been seeing a lot of barking back and forth between the players and the fans. I actually like that. I think that gets the players more engaged in the game, in particular sometimes when the game seems like it's dead end.
New blood coming in for both sides. Dragic. Deep left corner. Caldwell Pope to Davis. Has a chance, and a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Crowder shot off the mark.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
And he knocks it down, Jay. It's the Heat with the possession. Dragic. Big finish at the rim.
Oh, right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
To Davis. Short jumper off the mark. Dragic with it. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Dragic. They have to keep him in their grasp.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Here's the call. Intentional foul. Referee all over it.
In the 80s, that might have been a personal, but regardless, it had the same impact. You just injected a little life into your squad, just when they needed it.
And now an intentional foul, so they'll send him to the line. 2 free throws here means it's a 3-possession game.
Some players are built to handle these moments. On one end, you just sparked your team, and at the same time, you also got under your opponent's skin. Just want to manage through the emotions here and not take it too far.
Misses the second as well. And now an intentional foul, so they'll send him to the line. 2 free throws here means it's a 3-possession game.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
First one, count it. 2 for 2 on that trip. We get a whistle and a timeout here for Miami. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left for the rest of the game. Good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. And they're going to play this one out to its conclusion as we get an intentional foul. That means free throws coming up in what is a 7-point game.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
Knocks down the second after missing the first. Deep three at the buzzer. Tinseltown is title town again. Los Angeles has won the NBA Finals.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Lakers must be feeling a million different things right now, all of them great. They've done it, NBA champions. Only a select few get a chance to experience the view from the mountaintop, and they absolutely deserve it. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Heat couldn't fight off elimination. It was a valiant effort, but they just couldn't get it done. I can already hear their fans saying it now. Maybe next year. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Field goals.
Neither of these teams were able to make much of an impact on defense. As you can see here, they were each pretty successful with some efficient scoring.
Player of the game.
Anthony Davis gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for another NBA season. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, thanks for making us your choice for hoops action.